Sorry. This is Tylea Powell. She's my roommate, and she is who I'm going to be doing my oral history interview on, because her family is from Baltimore. So, how many generations has your family lived in Baltimore?
Probably about 2 or 3.
Okay. Did any family member work in any of the cotton mills or like steel plants or any like clothing shops, or like were any of them domestic laborers like back in the day? Like way back in the day.
Not that I know of.
Well, what did people in your family do? Like,
well, most of my family is like Native Indian, so I don't really know. I know a lot of them come from the South.
ooh.
So, I'm not sure as far as if they were on the field or anything like that. I don't know that far back.
Do you know which part of the South like your family might have migrated from?
I think from like the Carolinas. I believe so.
Okay, so from the Carolinas, and then they migrated to Baltimore. And once they got here, how did they get themselves established? Like, do you know, like, do you have any, like, stories that your family has told you, like, well, your great-grandfather did this, or your great-grandmother did that, like?
Not so much, no. I do know on my mom's side, because on my mom's side there's African and Portuguese. So I know like my great-great-grandparents came from like Europe. So they come from like that side.
Okay.
I don't know. Actually, I think my great-grandma was like a housemaid or something like that.
Domestic worker?
Yeah, domestic worker, I believe. But like I said, that was like in Europe. That wasn't like out here or anything.
So you think that was in Europe, it wasn't in Baltimore?
I don't think so.
Okay, so, well, what did your grandparents, if you don't know anything about what your like great-grandparents might have done, what did your grandparents do? Like, what was their trade in Baltimore?
My grandparents? As far as like what they did for work, or as far as like
what they did for work?
working?
Yeah, like what they did for work while living in like Baltimore.
My grandfather was an engineer, and my grandmother worked for social services.
Nice. Did they go to any of the colleges in Baltimore?
I don't believe my grandmother. I'm not sure. Not 100% sure. I don't think she did. My grandfather, I know he didn't. Not until recently, actually.
Your grandfather went to college recently? Are you the first in your family to go to college?
Not the first, no, but immediate family, yes.
Okay. Will you be the first to fully graduate, or have you had other people in your family graduate college?
Yeah, I have other family members who graduated, like aunts and uncles, stuff like that, but not in my immediate family. Like my mom and my dad didn't go to college or graduate college now.
Okay, so that's like upward mobility. Were there any early entrepreneurs in your family? Like, do you know any of your family members that might have like owned a business out here, or know a like close family friend that might have owned a business?
I'm sure there's someone in my family. I just don't know like all the details and things like that. I can't think of right now.
Okay. What different parts of Baltimore has your family lived in? Like, have you guys always resided in the same neighborhood, or have you guys like experienced upward mobility where you might have lived in like a worse or off neighborhood, and through like working hard, you guys were able to like, you know, move up to a better residential area?
I know my grandparents, they live in the city, which is not necessarily a bad neighborhood, but it's not a good neighborhood. I know when they first got the home, which was like 20, 30 some years ago, it wasn't a bad neighborhood, but now it has become that. But most of my family live in the county, like Owens Mills, Columbia, Randallstown, like that type of area. Not too many of them live in the city.
Okay. Nice. Okay, so I'm going to get 5 minutes on this tape, and then I'm going to get 5 minutes on the next one. We'll be good to go.